Why can't I hear you? I can't hear you at all. Why? I can hear myself. Nothing.
Another microphone. No,
There. I
no,
can hear you now.
no.
I can hear you. Now it's gone. It cut out.
How about now?
There you go.
You
That
know what
yeah.
it is?
Uh,
It's a faulty XLR connection.
well,
You asked me, Hattori,
yeah. Yeah.
how's it going? And
Yeah.
the answer is it's going fantastic. It is good to be me.
Oh, that's really nice. That's really
Life is easy.
hmm.
Uh, I feel perpetually like I'm gliding on a cloud.
Hmm. This is very
And
characteristic of a songwriter.
yeah, everybody should try it. Everybody should try being me for,
Really
I would
nice.
say, 36 hours.
That's a good stretch of time, actually. Yeah.
No, things are fine, Hattori. I've had a good few weeks of
Great.
emotionally.
Good.
That
Yeah.
won't continue,
Sure.
but
Oh, I mean, yeah, it was good while it lasted,
yeah, it
right?
was good while it lasted, and then I'll be reminded of the horror that is existence.
Soon.
How about you? Your head is experiencing some
Yeah, yeah, I
stuff.
probably share. So we were supposed to meet last week, and it was literally 20 minutes before our call, I think. My
Yep.
computer crashed. I had finished the song. It was done. And my computer crashed and I lost it. It was gone. I could not recover it. No amount of auto
Prayer.
save,
Oh,
prayer, no oil. I put oil on my computer and it didn't seem to do anything. It has been
imagine that.
weird since. But anyway, it hasn't been working. So anyway, that was devastating. And then
Yeah.
that night I ended up going to the urgent care because I had an ear ache. Turns out I had a crazy ear infection, got put on antibiotics. That night I ruptured both my eardrums, just gunk oozing out of it. And then
Yeah.
and I'm
Smells terrible too, huh?
oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Just disgusting. And I ended up having to get put on another antibiotic for my ears. And I think it's finally doing the trick, but I still am pretty, you know,
Yeah.
clogged up. So I do not feel my best. But I did rewrite this song. So, it wasn't all for nothing, I guess.
Have you played a gig with the Playing Hurt or
No, but I have one tonight.
how you feeling? Are
Not
you
too
gonna are
bad.
you gonna
I'm
do
gonna
that thing?
I'm gonna have in-ears in that aren't plugged into anything just for extra protection,
Yeah,
just to be safe.
smart.
Um, because like that's what I did for practice. I just wore these,
Yeah.
uh, and I could barely hear anything, but I'm like, if I can navigate the set good enough, then great. So
Well, I'm just glad you didn't have to amputate.
yeah, the ears, that's what they usually do when you go deaf,
Those are
right off.
it just with the one of those deli meat cutters.
Oh God. Yeah, thank God. Thank God I didn't do that. Yeah. Yeah. So
Well, I'm glad you're on the mend. It sounds like things are trending upwards, and now you have a story of heroism and resilience that you can recount
yep, I'm gonna
later
milk this for a year at
when
least.
you appear on Ellen
Mm.
or what's the name? Wendy something? Wendy
Wendy,
Williams?
Willie,
Wait,
yes.
is it?
Yeah,
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 when you're on Wendy Williams. I
yeah.
couldn't think of a more surprising turn of events that if this podcast led us to
Wendy
Wendy
Williams.
Williams.
In what world?
Like,
But then again, the
there
world is.
probably there probably is a greater surprise out there, but let's just say that that's the for now that's the placeholder of like most
Weird.
surprising outcome.
I agree. I agree.
Um, I wanted to say something. briefly to, again, as I'm sure you're experiencing too, more and more friends are finding out about this project and listening. And so
Thank
thank you, friends. And
you.
we are just a reminder to everybody, we make zero money. We have zero plans to make any money.
Right.
Uh, we are, this is very much a hobby and we treat it as such in that it always takes second, third, fourth, fifth place to other cool things, including spending time with those very same friends, right?
Mhm.
But we very much appreciate you listening and hope that, I don't know, you kind of go through this experience with us. I'm saying all that to say, I've had multiple friends say to me like, "Oh my gosh, I could never write a song," and I'll say, "Well, are you musical at all?" I go, "Well," and I go, do you play guitar, piano?" They go, "I have a piano at home," and I go, "It's all the white keys.
Yeah.
Just 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 pick the white keys, and all of that is in a major scale." So that's one, right? Is like you the tools are there.
Mhm.
Or in Hatori and I's case, we oftentimes use splice
Yep.
samples, which are ready made, and you don't have to use splice. There are millions of
Yeah.
those tools. The other thing is, and again, this is just to reinforce, I have not actually introduced this podcast yet. We call this podcast "They Can't All Be Bangers" because we have had to give ourselves permission to write bad songs,
Right.
or whatever a bad song is. So that's the thing, is when people go, "Oh, I could never write a song." It's like, well, I mean, if you're thinking, yeah, every song needs to be "Proud to Be an American" by Lee Greenwood or some other such banger. Okay. But
Right.
that's not what we set out to do on a weekly basis. We set out to just write a song
That's right.
and we judge it later.
That it had to be good. Nobody said.
That's right.
Right. That's not
Nobody,
expectations.
that's
So
not the point. So for all of our friends and listeners, we encourage you all. I think writing has been good for us. Well, I know writing has been good for us for a variety of reasons. One, it's growing our catalog, but two is like, I think it's just, helping us learn what we do and don't like. It's a creative outlet, just like throwing paint at the wall would be. Um,
therapy.
yeah, it's therapy.
Very therapeutic.
So everybody, get your
Let's do it.
little tiny little hands on the keyboard.
Have to lose, you know?
Yeah, what do you have to lose? Um, other than your dignity,
People
which
have that.
yeah,
You have
we
that to
gave that up a
start
long time ago.
up for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
send us a dignity check,
Yeah.
a donation to our dignity nonprofit.
Oh,
All right, Hattori. I am happy to display my song first, unless you are hankering to. Okay,
not at all. So I would love to hear yours, please.
let's see if I can remember to one allow you to share. It's strange to me because I swear I've looked for a way to just turn that on, so that
Yeah.
I don't know,
And there's just no way.
don't care anymore. Okay, Hattori.
All
Last
right.
week was Valentine's Day.
Uh-huh. Yes.
I I was going to say I hate love songs. I don't hate love songs. I like love songs. I
Mhm.
find the process of writing love songs to be repellent. So,
Mhm. Mhm.
nonetheless, I decided to write a song using those little candy conversation hearts as
Yeah.
sort of a pseudo prompt. So, this song, Hattori, is called Be Mine. Let's see if
Oh,
you can hear the click.
sure can.
Okay. Uh, one other disclaimer, I suppose, just as you're listening, these are session players in
Cool.
Logic. So it's just kind of, I plugged in all the chords and just had a good time with a band, a
Love
backing band. So
that. That's fun.
here we go.
Awesome.
Gray clouds rolling in, and so I begin to feel the heavy weight of winter's gloom. I know that bite against my skin. So I resolved to curl up in my room, where half my bed is lonely, and looking at it only reminds me of the love I cannot find. This February I am musing on all the joy I'm losing, just waiting for a lover to arrive. This year I'm rolling up my sleeves and running where my heart will lead, not waiting on the sidelines, being shy. These candy conversation hearts seem like the perfect place to start a love note to the girl who has my eye. So Cupid, if you're listening, I'm stating my intention to turn you to the woman I adore. Please help me wax poetic, don't let me sound pathetic, and turn these candy hearts into something more. You're fine, or for all time, might be a little forward to begin. My boo, or just us two, are cute enough to tease out a grin. Take a chance or hold my hand, would start to get my point across. But true love or snuggle bug could be the kind of thing to turn her off. So let me keep it plain and sweet, the old standby Valentine. Won't you please be mine? Oh, you're fine, or for all time, might be a little forward to begin. My boo, or just us two, are cute enough to tease out a grin. Take a chance or hold my hand, would start to get my point across. But true love or snuggle bug could be the kind of thing to turn her off. So let me keep it plain and sweet, the old standby Valentine. Won't you please be mine? That was Be Mine by Jeremy Herzer.
Okay, Buble. Awesome.
Thank you.
Jazz suits your voice.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun. I don't sing like that very often, but
It really suits you.
wow, thank you.
And the session players, wow.
Well, yeah, if
Great
you
job.
keep it simple,
Yeah.
right, and you just to show like it did take a not like a crazy amount of time, but to map out the chords, and I just plugged all that in. And then the which is this called the inspector? What is this called? Whatever it is, where you put in the option, changes, all that stuff. And then the other thing too is it took me I don't know, I probably horsed around with the piano settings for like an hour, just kind of letting it play the chords and kind of
Yeah.
understanding. You can change the left and the right hand position,
Cool.
how much,
The voice.
um, yeah, which is it's pretty cool. And then you can also change the actual rhythms it plays. Um, and then same with the bass, the upright bass. I messed around with quite a bit with that quite a bit. And then this was my last edition, which is just sort of block,
Cool.
this kind of like a flute type thing.
Yeah.
So I really had a good time with that. And, I could have, these aren't complicated chords, so I could have tracked all that, but I don't know, the juice was not worth the squeeze to me. And I had fun messing with
That,
it, kind of learning this. And
I
then
love this.
thank you very much. Thank you. I really wanted, clarinet,
I was
and
gonna say, what was that?
yeah, just a saxophone, but I spent a long time listening to clarinet samples because that's what I really was hearing.
Yeah.
But the sax worked out. And I actually I played this at an open mic um, this past week, and a friend of mine who I've recently met, his name's Vinny, and he plays trumpet. He sat in with me, and it was great. It was like everything I wanted it to be. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Man, you are versatile. I'm very impressed because
Thank you.
this is not anything like you've written before.
No, no, every once in a while for karaoke, I'll sing like Van Morrison or something like that. But that's really as close as I ever get to
Yeah.
doing this kind of stuff. So it
I think like
was a lot of fun.
your vocals just fits right in. Like it really does. I think I don't know if it's the timbre of your voice or I don't know. Maybe you have a jazzy voice.
I just have the schmaltz
I,
that you need for a
I,
lounge.
the Riz.
The
Is that
Tom Jones. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, 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 whoa. That's what's coming for my career. I hope.
Oh my gosh. I love this.
Thank you.
Love this so much. And yeah, this would be so good live with a band. Oh my God. You have
Yeah.
quite the catalog now.
Well, it's
Yeah.
getting broad.
Yeah.
I was talking with a friend of mine about a little aside here. By the way, if you look at all the stuff that's written on those Candy Conversation Hearts, there's some really out of pocket stuff. And I think a real crazy person wrote some of that.
Sure.
So just for anyone who wants to deep dive. But I was talking with a friend of mine about releasing music and um, just like, should I collect these songs together or should this and this song is sort of more like my brand, but this and this, I like this song more, but it's not exact. And he was saying, look, you're you're not in a band. So you're not stuck with, and actually bands are often their sound is defined by the pieces, right? It's like the pieces only kind of fit together in a certain way. And
Yeah.
he's saying you don't have that limitation. So and he said the things, some of my favorite songs by these other bands are the weird kind of one-off. If you have some rock band who does an acoustic, uh, some weird acoustic number, like that ends up
Yeah.
being people's favorite. So, anyways, all that is to say, like, the one of the things I enjoy most about doing this exercise with you, Hattori, is that again, week after week, you get to start blank and do literally whatever you want.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the week you went around your house with the coffee mug and the ding, 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 ding,
That was a fun week.
like that's awesome. So,
Absolutely.
so yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that is honestly, I'm just blown away and very inspired. So it's interesting because I've been practicing this week for the show tonight
Mm,
with an actual band, and
yeah.
that it changes the dynamics. I I love. I
Hmm.
love it, and it's really nice to get out of your own head and have some, because like other people are good at their instrument and they have their own personality. They bring so much color and
Mhm.
life to
Yep.
it that it's just there's nothing like it, you know, and it's making me rethink a lot of the songs that I'm planning on releasing. I think I'm
Hmm.
gonna have more people play on it.
I I love that. I don't
Maybe.
know what you think about this, but I think what we do, like the translation from solo, whatever you can come up with in your basement there to having other people play on it. Again, even as I mentioned, just having a trumpet player sit in on this song, right? It is sort of akin. The only thing I can really describe it to is like if you did theater, right? So it's the difference between getting up and doing a reading or a monologue, and then but all of a sudden having another human being
Yeah.
bring their humanity and their own art, honestly, to bear. It's really fascinating to me, like um, the synergy that creates, or the beautiful surprises that it just isn't. It's just not possible for me to create that on my own. And I think that's what I love about performance art so much, right? Is like as soon as you introduce another person, you get a surprising harmony um, or even a beautiful mistake that you're like, dude, that was cool. So, anyways,
So no, it's true.
yeah.
It's kind of blown my what's the word? My routine, I guess. Because like,
Mm,
something
hmm.
in writing a song a week, like I've developed some sort of
Yep.
mental routine of like how I approach it, and I think
Hmm.
that that's being challenged quite a bit right now.
That's
And
good.
I like it. And
Yeah.
it's good. It's funny that you went the jazz route because that is exactly what I also did.
I love it. I can't wait.
Very interesting. Let me share. Now it's not well, so that the week before I was
Hmm.
listening to a lot of Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh,
That is what I was channeling, I guess, if you will.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, like this I don't have much to say about this song. Um, it was an experiment. I'll say that this song was an experiment.
Love it.
Uh, let's see, can you hear actually no, can you hear that? Great,
Yep.
perfect.
Oh, I heard it.
All
I
right.
felt it.
I don't know why it's okay, there you go. Yeah, let's go.
Still water. Okay.
Stand still, paradise. Crystal is not forget. The deep waits to be stirred. The deep breeds disease from the bodies submerged. They say, don't make waves, don't rock the boat, don't mark the graves, don't let them flow. We keep the water still around here. Don't throw that stone, don't say that name, don't you forget you're just as much to blame. We keep the water still round here. We keep the water still, so still. No, 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 no. No, 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 no,
Ooh wee!
It's pretty bare bones, but
It's so good. Can I pay you real American currency to record a duet with Biff Gore
oh my God.
on this song?
Oh, I would pay Biff Gore to
Oh,
absolutely.
Hatori, this is effing dope.
Really, it's just like I man, writing it was awful, and then
Oh,
I lost it all.
yeah.
And then I got sick. And then rewriting it was better because I didn't
Well,
change that much.
yeah.
But it's weird because like I've never done anything like this, you know. Uh, I don't know what it is. I don't know like anything about it, you know. I don't know how I feel about it. So, and I had no idea what other people would feel about it. You were the first person to hear this, so I have no
I'm
idea
honored.
what general response is going to be.
Yeah, I'm honored. And I'll tell you what I feel about it is I think it is textured. It
Mhm.
is a, apart from being an excellent composition and just purely enjoyable to listen to. So aside from that, it's interesting. It's textured, even though it is sparse. It is the layers are great. I love that slow breaths, whatever that synth thing that came in. That
Uh,
was a really nice part. But
awesome.
the most enjoyable part to me as an avid Hattori fan and listener is your voice sounds so different on your vocal performance is so different than what I've heard. And you did a really, you always do an excellent job of kind of, sometimes you have this really broad, long wavelength vibrato, and then sometimes it's really tight. And I think that really works well in this song. And this kind of had I don't listen to her a lot, but it kind of reminded me of like a Lana Del Rey
Yeah. Kind of the
quality.
retro- yeah. I appreciate that. I actually don't listen to a lot of Lana either.
Yeah.
I have heard a bunch of her stuff and it's really
Mhm.
cool. And it is. It's retro, I guess. It's old school.
Yeah, and it please don't hear me say like, oh, I sometimes I kind of bristle at that when people are like, this song reminds me of that. That's not what I just there's a quality in your voice I have not heard before, which I think is really enjoyable. Um, and I think oh, even you saying the word
Uh-huh.
you're to blame. I think you were more like you're to blame.
I did the Ella. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did the jazzy, like hard R, like R.
Yeah, yeah, you had a lot of those, which I think
A lot of those.
really,
It was very intentional, and
yeah.
this is weird that I'm doing this. I don't know if this is gonna
Uh,
translate, but
no, I sing when I sing, especially like kind of more Americana or like country-esque stuff. I definitely like I twang in a way that I don't talk as a normal person. So I find that to be fun. I kind of feel like I'm playing a character in a way. And so I don't know if that's what you were
Exactly.
doing,
Yes.
but I felt like you fully embodied what was going on here. I think your vocal performance fit the kind of the tone and the tenor. I love the major minor switch of the A minor to A, E minor to E. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. So
Oh, good.
this is a great song. Mysterious, dark lyrics,
Thank you.
good imagery, and that concept of don't disturb the water. Like, I think that's a really interesting and kind of a beautiful, relatable
Uh,
thought. So
it started, oh my gosh. I mean, like the lyrics were inspired by another song, another old jazz song, which was very civil rights
okay.
oriented.
Hmm.
Um, and I was like, I don't know if I like have it in me to tackle this, but um yeah, the lyrics were already there, and I was like, I don't think I need to like I'll just like paint a lot of imagery and not explain
Yeah,
because I feel like it explains itself.
it does.
No.
And again, the beautiful thing is like it means something. And I guess the frustrating thing is when you put your art out in the world, it means different things to different people. But
Yeah.
I think that's a great thing about a song like this is like um it makes me think and wonder.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's the goal. So,
I can't wait to hear it again.
oh well, I'm so glad that you liked it. This
Yeah.
was I don't know if you have songs that you write and every single step you're just second guessing
Hmm.
yourself.
Oh yeah.
It's this hardcore. I
Yeah.
don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know if anything that I'm doing is good or bad.
Yeah. Well,
So, thank you.
I I would never lie to you and say it's all good. I didn't hear anything I didn't like, but I think let's just say 99.87 good.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
a safe estimation. I
you.
was hearing Hattori, I was imagining you on a stage, and there is like a person at a full, maybe not a full grand, but maybe a baby grand. You have a bass player and you have some backing vocalists, and that walk, that
Mhm.
chromatic walk down is like getting bigger, and you
Mhm.
have the backing vocals kind of carrying the oohs and ahs, and Hattori is just blowing people's minds vocally. I don't know. I was lost in the whole
Cool.
experience. I had my eyes closed and was just engaging. So
That is,
banger,
thank you. Thank
straight
you.
up banger.
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved it. Well, I am. Yeah, I don't know what else I was gonna say. Hattori, good
Yeah.
job by you.
Is this the end of our season?
This is 6, I think.
Okay,
We
not even.
technically had 2 more, but we can do
No,
whatever
no,
we
no.
want.
I was
Lockheed Martin doesn't sponsor us anymore, so
what did we
yeah.
do?
I mean,
What could it be?
we spoke ill of their new Vector Vector Falcon Rocket
I
7.
are you making? I don't know what you're
I don't
talking
know what I'm
about. I have
talking about
no
either.
clue.
I'm gonna edit all this out so we don't get on a list.
Fair enough. Yeah, good call.
I am happy to take a break here. Actually, um,
We don't
I
need
have.
to.
Well, actually, now that we're talking about it, you have
Uh-huh.
gigs coming up. I have St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
booked for 3 hours for St. Patrick's Day,
Nice.
and I have not played a single cover in a year, probably. So, and I think I am going to have some people sit in with me. So
Oh.
I feel like I need to, and actually one of them may be my wife. She may come and sing. Since it's St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to do some U2 songs. But I think one of the songs I want her to sing with me is Linger by the Cranberries.
Nice.
So,
That's
yeah, that'll
fantastic.
be, if that transpires, that will be our first ever co-performance.
I love it.
First of many. Now
Yes,
I just need to get her on the drums
that's right. Yeah.
and
Don't let her leave the house until she
that's right. So
starts.
when you and I take this podcast on the road, then we'll have me, you, Jordan, and Krista,
Oh, that's
and we can figure it out from there. So, um, But I'm also happy, like if we want to, I honestly could probably use the
Right.
time right now from a rehearsal standpoint. So I don't know what you think about.
I am good either way.
Okay.
Yeah, life is pretty busy, but I really could go either way.
Okay.
So how about you? Let's feel.
I,
I'll probably end up writing one anyway. I say that and then I don't, but whatever.
no.
We'll see.
Well, why don't we just say we're gonna pause
Yeah,
through March?
yeah, let's do that. That sounds
Okay.
great.
We'll come back for April, first weekend in April, and if anything changes for whatever reason,
Sure.
great. I kind of sad to say that, but I also think like I just want to be a grown up and make sure I get my. I am actually. It's been gnawing at me a lot lately too. To like, I need to get out and book some more gigs. So
Good.
I have
Good.
plenty of opportunities, and I just don't take them. So
Yeah. Well, this is a very good time to do
yeah,
that.
it'll be good timely. So, loved your song. Loved your song.
Loved your song. Oh my God. Mm,
We're getting too good.
we
That's
are.
the problem.
We gotta maybe write
Throwing
a
it back.
bad one next week.
Yeah, we keep writing bangers habitually, like it's our job. And all right, Hattori, good luck tonight at your gig.
Thank you.
Knock 'em dead, and I'll talk to you very soon.
Sounds good. Have a good one.